Well, good morning, everyone. And once again, welcome to another live this morning. Nice to have you on with us on Facebook Live. The Doctor is In podcast. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for this live audience. I always want to say hello to a few friends. And guys, if you're new here this morning, let us know that. Just say, hey, I'm new, or at least I've never checked in with you first, okay? To say hello. But anyway, we sure appreciate you guys. Let's see who comes up on my scroll this morning. Andrea, Niagara Falls, you're number one today. Brahim, how are you, my dear friend from Portland, Oregon? Lucille, we love you guys. Have I said that to you before? Janice, Brampton, Barishan, how are you, my dear friend from Montreal? Patricia from Florida, Paula Joe, saying hello. Jessica, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, thanks for coming on. Hi, Rosalinda, Niagara Falls, Rosa, Montreal. Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Hi, Carrie in Nebraska. Carol, West Virginia. Lisa, how are you? Frida from Devlin, Wanda from Ridgeway, Lynn from Aurora, Kathy in Simcoe, Ontario, Cheryl in West Virginia, Sandy, Vancouver, Washington. Hi, Danny, in Iron Bridge, Maureen in Boca Raton. How are you? Sharon in hot Kansas. Cecilia in Shediac, Nouveau-Brunswick. Dave, Cardiff. Rita, good morning. Debbie, Sunny Comox. Carol in Moncton, New Brunswick. Wanda is in Virginia. How are you, Wanda? Lisa, Claudette, nice to have you on. Thanks for saying hello. Elaine. And Wendy, there she is, from Stormy Markham. Arlene. Yvonne in Petawawa. Kristen in Saskatchewan. Lily in Cochrane. How are you? Hi, Deb. There she is from Timmins. Nativity. Asking me how I'm doing. I'm doing great. Debbie, how are you? And Lise, how is you? And Melika, thanks for coming on, guys. We appreciate it. Carol in Wasaga Beach. Grace from The Rock. Sandra in rainy Chelmsford. Carol in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland. Thank you, Sharon. Charlene, Mitchell, Ontario. Patricia from Windsor. Guys, okay, let's go through a few studies. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, we'll hit studies, news, health news behind the news. Because sometimes you don't see all these. And, okay, this came out on ABC News, so pretty, well, mainstream. But look what it said. And it came from the American Heart Association. I almost had a heart attack. I almost had a heart. Talk about the American Heart Association gave me a heart attack. You know why? Because here's what they said. I almost passed out. I'm not kidding you. American Heart Association. I'll post this after, okay? On our private Facebook group. Holy smokes, here's what they said. Coffee, okay? Let me get it for you, okay? I'm going to get it for you. Drinking, ABC News. Drinking up to 5 cups of coffee a day. Guys, you know me in sweet spots. 5 isn't the sweet spot. 4 is the sweet spot for coffee. When patients came into my office and 99% of them went away with a plan to change their eating habits, to change fuels, you know what I told them to drink? water and coffee. Water and coffee. Here's why. Drinking up to 5 cups of coffee a day is linked to a lower risk of stroke. This comes from the American Heart Association. I had to go look it up because I said they couldn't have said this, but they did. Maybe they're listening to The Doctor Is In. Look what they said. Regular consumption of coffee linked to lower risk of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure, according to a new scientific statement from the American Heart Association. I'm getting a heart attack. I'm getting a heart attack. They gave me a heart attack by this statement because I just about passed out. Hello? How long have I been talking about coffee? I was sort of laughing at myself yesterday. Okay, I do that a lot. I laugh at myself. Because I was laughing. Somebody sent me a picture. My nephew sent me a picture of me doing a conference in the 70s. Man, I look different then. I should actually post that picture. I was talking about coffee in the 70s, how good it was for you. When everyone said, it's acidic, it's a diuretic, it's not good for you, you shouldn't drink it. And there's still naysayers today about coffee. There still is. I haven't convinced everyone that it's the real vitamin C. Guys, okay, I'm going to read the statement again, and I'm going to make a comparison. According to a new scientific statement from the American Heart Association, coffee consumption is linked to a lower risk of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure. Okay? Now, guys, talk about ascorbic acid and vitamin C. Okay, the other vitamin C. Just in case you think I'm fooling. The American Heart Association have never said, and never will, in my opinion, say, well, consuming vitamin C will lower your risk of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure. They won't say that. I don't think they'll ever say it. They've never said it. But they're talking about the real vitamin C. You know, at the Martin Clinic, you know what The Doctor Is In podcast, Facebook. We've been saying this for a long time, that the real vitamin C is coffee. It's better than ascorbic acid. Now, I'm not against ascorbic acid. Okay, I'm not. You need it. Okay? You need vitamin C, guys. The other one, ascorbic acid. Okay? You need it. But, even in drinking coffee, you're going to get ascorbic acid. You will. And people always, I remember I talked about this at least 35 years ago. Okay? because I told the story of Jacques Cartier. Now, to you American friends, okay, of this program, Jacques Cartier, he was the first guy, okay, came from France and he called Canada, Canada, because it wasn't called Canada, but he named it Canada, okay? He named it Jacques Cartier. Now, there's a big story behind it because Jacques Cartier's men died of scurvy. Right? You with me so far? They lost 25 sailors on that voyage. What happened? True story. Jacques Cartier, when he came down the St. Lawrence, in French, Le Fleuve de Saint-Laurent, he came down there, the natives, the indigenous people met him. They gave him a tea, not coffee. They gave him a tea with pine bark extract in it. Pine bark. They made it out of pine bark. Jacques Cartier actually wrote about it. Imagine. You can go to the University of Quebec and you can read his annals. Jacques Cartier actually wrote, the natives gave us a tea made up of pine bark extract. They didn't give him, here's an orange for scurvy. They gave him and his men a tea made up of pine bark. Guys, I know this story by heart. Why? Well, I discovered the benefits. I was the first guy to discover and write about the benefits of pine bark extract in chronic fatigue syndrome. I actually wrote a book about it. I went to France, where Jacques Cartier came from, and I wrote about the benefits of pine bark and chronic fatigue syndrome in a 500 patient clinical study. I got my thesis for my PhD based on that study. Okay? Anyway, so what's in pine bark? Well, there's got to be some ascorbic acid in there, because otherwise, how could it have cured scurvy? Coffee, guys. Okay? When I tell you it's the real vitamin C, I'm not kidding. I'm not trying to pull your leg. I'm not trying to fool you. The more they study coffee, the more they realize, wow, what a supplement. Man, oh man, it's so much more powerful than just ascorbic acid. Is there anything it doesn't do? And then the American Heart Association. Are you kidding me? They say it. They say it. It lowers the risk of stroke, diabetes. What have I been telling you over the years? Coffee is just like the medication metformin. You drink coffee, not with sugar though, please, okay? Don't add. You can add a little cream. Okay? You can add a little cream. But don't add sugar. You ruin it. Don't ruin it. Okay? Coffee. Diabetes. Yes. My patients thought I was lying to them. I was lying to them when I told them, I want you to go home. You're going to do the reset. You'll thank me later. And I said, I want you. Okay, look at me. I used to tell my patients, look, I'm getting your attention. I want you to drink water, 2 liters a day, 64 ounces. Look at me. Again, you'll thank me later. And coffee. And I said the sweet spot is 4 cups a day. Well, Dr. Martin, I love tea. Too bad. Tea ain't coffee. You want to have a green tea? Go for it. I don't care. But that's not coffee. It doesn't have the makeup of coffee. And guys, I know you've heard it before. I know you're tired of me talking about coffee. But talk about a gift from God. Take it and enjoy it. Please. Unreal. Guys, over and under, they always got that bet. Now there's every commercial on TV, it seems, is like a betting site. I would have bet you any money, just about, that the American Heart Association would never, ever tell you to drink coffee because it was good for you. Me of little faith. I'm telling you, and I boast a bit, guys, because a lot of you have followed me for a lot of years. I know some people on this morning that have followed me for about 40 years. I've been around a long time. Okay? Some of you, I know that. You've followed me for a long time. And you guys got to admit, I've been consistent about that, right? So I know I'm boasting this morning. I know I am. But when the American Heart Association, guys, I almost fell over. I thought I was dreaming. It can't be. Wow. Okay, so the real vitamin C. So I know people they're gonna ask now. They're gonna go, Dr. Martin, is there vitamin C in coffee? Yep. There's ascorbic acid in it. It's got everything in there. Like, it's unreal. Okay? And by the way, steak has vitamin C too. Did you know that? Not coffee, but the other one, ascorbic acid. It's got, you can live on steak. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you you could. Okay? You could. Now, you want to have some vitamin C this morning, the other one, and you want to eat an orange? I got no problem with that. I mean that. Don't drink it. Okay? Here's another study. Okay? Might as well continue on here. We got some time. So the first one's on coffee. I will post this. I thought I did already. Maybe I didn't. Okay? Maybe I didn't. Let me just look and see if I posted it. I thought I did this morning, but it might not have got posted. Come on. No, I don't see it. I just see me. I just see my face. Okay. Somebody said to me last night, I see your face all over Facebook. You like it? I said, well, my audience makes it popular. And Facebook, if you like something or you share it, guess what? They share it. It's called algorithm. Don't ask me what it means. I don't know. Okay? But when you share something, Facebook shares it. The more people like we got, guys, on our private Facebook group, okay? We got 95,000 followers. Yep. I mean, that's why you see my face all the time. Okay. Okay. That was study number 1. Okay. I couldn't help myself. Study number 2. Curcumin. The extract. Okay. Curcumin extract. And depression. This is in general psychiatry. Okay, let me go to the article. I can get it out right here in front of me. Let me go to it again. And I go to history. Let me see. And it says here, okay, significant help, even in major depression, is curcumin. Okay? Curcumin. That's an extract of turmeric. Okay? Turmeric, the spice. It's very good for you. Problem is with turmeric, okay? The body has a hard time absorbing turmeric. It takes some in, so it's good for you. It is. But the extract of curcumin, when given in depression, according to the general psychiatry publication, is a significant help. Curcumin and depression. Guys, we'll do some work. I'm just taking some notes on, and Dr. McEwen would know this, okay? She's listening this morning. One of the biggest problems in depression, we'll go over more of this because I like to do deep dives. One of the biggest things in depression is inflammation in the brain. Okay? Now, what do we teach here at the Doctors Inn? What do we teach about inflammation? Well, it's not Houdini. It's not Houdini. Inflammation, oh, you got inflammation. No. Always comes, inflammation never comes on its own. There's a cause to it. Inflammation of the brain. Leaky gut, leaky brain. There's a big connection between the gut and the brain. So when you have garbage that comes into the bloodstream through the southern border, your gut and your blood, okay? Your blood, guys, should be pristine. No garbage in the blood. That's what your blood-gut barrier, it keeps stuff out. But if it becomes permeable, it gets leaky. Well, blood goes everywhere, guys. So what happens at the southern border is going to affect the northern border. You have two borders. You have the gut blood border down south, and north, you have the blood-brain barrier. Very similar. Man, I remember studying in the 70s the blood-brain barrier. You know what we knew back then? Not much. Not much. We were amazed by it, that the body actually has a barrier there. And it keeps stuff out. It's meant to keep toxins out of your bloodstream. But what happens at the southern border when you have let's say, for example, yeast? Leaky gut, you get yeast. That travels through the bloodstream. If your northern border is compromised, garbage gets into the brain. I was talking to someone yesterday about Parkinson's. Parkinson's. Hey, Parkinson's has been around a long time, but it's worse than ever. You know, what's worse? Parkinson's, MS, mental health, Alzheimer's, depression. And when you get garbage that comes in through the northern border and gets into the brain, as in Parkinson's, like one of the things they've discovered, this is years ago, about Parkinson's, is there's a lot of heavy metals in the brain. How did they get there? Through the blood-brain barrier. And it starts at the southern border. And it crosses into the brain. Parkinson's especially. Mercury is famous for that. Okay? Mercury is famous for crossing the blood-brain barrier, and it is a big factor in Parkinson's. Leaky gut, leaky brain. And what happens there when you have heavy metals in the brain, your brain becomes inflamed. Why? Because your body is responding to it. Your body's response to a foreign object. Well, think about a virus. You get a virus. Your body develops a fever. Right? Why? To get rid of it. It's your body's immune response. The problem is when you get a heavy metal that comes across, and it usually travels, and heavy metal needs a carrier. Fungus carries it. How do you get fungus into your bloodstream? Well, you take an antibiotic. Put your hand up if you've ever taken an antibiotic in your lifetime. Come on. Right? What happens? It carpet bombs the southern border. It carpet bombs it. 5 days wipes it out. What happens? You get a yeast. The Trojan horse. It comes in to the gut. And now, because the southern border is compromised, it's into the bloodstream. It carries with it, a lot of times, heavy metals like mercury, lead, cadmium, aluminum, microplastics. They're found in the brain. The brain sees that. The brain responds to that. It sends out a what we call a cytokine storm because it's trying to react. It wants to build a fever in the brain to get rid of. So curcumin, okay, and this, guys, by the way, I talked to you about Parkinson's, but depression, guys, depression. inflammation is a factor. It's not the only factor. I'll go over this. We'll do a deep dive on depression. I want to do that because I get asked about it all the time. And, of course, nothing will be new. I'm not going to bring you, well, I don't think it'll be anything new, but it's always good to go over this stuff. But one of the factors, even in depression and Parkinson's and others, is inflammation in the brain. Inflammation. Right? Curcumin helps. Study out of general psychiatry. It's working as well as those SSRIs like Prozac. Yep. Anti-inflammatory. Guys, here's me. I love curcumin. I love it with high DHA. I love it with Navitol. A combination of those things. Very anti-inflammatory. Very anti-inflammatory. So we see that in these studies. Okay. Well, I got a few more to do. That's all right, because we've got a few days to look over these studies. I kind of enjoyed Yeah, I'm very biased, guys. I'm biased. My wife says, you only look for studies on coffee. And if you see a negative one, you dismiss it. She's right. But guys, I didn't make this up. The American Heart Association said, coffee lowers your risk of stroke, diabetes, and heart failure. Drink up, folks. Drink up. Oh, I love it. I love it. I'm not a guy to say I told you so. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I told you so. Okay. Okay, guys. You know what Friday is? It's Q&A. Okay, it's Q&A, meaning send your questions in. Send your questions in to info@martinclinic.com. info@martinclinic.com. Okay? Okay, guys. We love you. Talk to you soon.